First pitch of the game is in there for strike one, and we're underway. Nate McClough leading it off for the Atlanta Braves.
We talked earlier about Wakefield, wanting the ball, the wind blowing in his face. I'd rather have the wind blowing in than out. I don't care if it helps my knuckleball or not.
Well, we've talked about it over the years so much. What are the best conditions for Tim Wakefield? Is it, a hot, humid night? Is it wind in his face, wind at his back? And you go back and look at all the success that he had in domes, right, where it's climate controlled.
You would think a controlled setting would be perfect for him, but when the wind is against right in his face, the knuckleball dances galore. But then you don't know where it's going. So you'd want to know a little bit what it's doing. I mean, be consistent. But I'll tell you what, wind blowing in gave me confidence. I don't care if you're a knuckleballer or not. If you get behind the counts, you can throw it out over the plate. They got to stroke it. They got to hit a line bullet to hit it out of here.
Just missing, framed by Kataris, but it's a ball, 1-2. Tim Wakefield here at Fenway Park, unbeaten.
He's creeping up on the all-time wins at Fenway Park. A lot of guys have been on that mound over many, many years in Fenway Park, and he's going to be the #1 guy before he's done.
Lined into right field, a base hit for Nate McClough. So he hung in there, took a bunch of pitches, fouled some off, but on a 3-2 pitch, lines us into right.
Well, fastball. He's not going to get away with too many fastballs. Bullet to right field. Not much to say about that.
McClough at first, and here's Unel Escobar. Escobar, shortstop, started all 3 of these games. And 286, 7 homers and 36 runs batted in. As he takes strike one. I mentioned Wakefield has won 6 games here without a loss at Fenway Park this year, and is undefeated in 9 straight home starts dating back to September of last year. Since the start of last year, Tim Wakefield with a 3.14 home ERA. And there for strike 2, and it's 0-2.
I think that has a lot to do with the mound. I've always said that you go on the road. That's the biggest difference for me. Going on the road with the mounds were different. I think he's so he's so used to this mound that maybe that gives him some consistency with that knuckleball.
Left side and through. Well placed. There's Unel Escobar. Reaches at first base. Nate McClough takes second. First 2 have reached. The Atlanta Braves here in the top of the first inning.
C&I ground ball. Escobar gets a knuckleball away that he pulls. 3 hoppers through the infield. You know you're not going very good when balls are hit like that. It's kind of frightening.
So 2 on, nobody out. And Chipper Jones the batter. Chipper Jones starting the day at 302. 8 homers, 31 runs batted in. He's 2 for 7 in the series against the Red Sox. So takes strike 1, 1-1.
Jones has had 9 at bats against Wakefield. He got 4 hits.
Ball 2, 2-1.
This is June 21st. Look like we're playing in the fog or something. Isn't it weird?
This is the official beginning of summer, right? I mean, this is it right here.
It really is weird.
This one flutters away, and it's 3-1. That wind is howling in from center field, and it is misting at the moment. Kind of feels like we're in the middle of the ocean. We're here at Fenway Park.
Wake's got to test that wind right now. Fastball. Yes, he does. How can he take that pitch? 3-1, right down the middle. Fastball.
McLeod at second, Escobar at first, nobody out. And a 3-2 to Chipper. Strike 3 call. Will Hahn rings him up. Wakefield needed it. 1 down.
Chipper should have swung at the fastball before that. He goes right back to the knuckleball on a 3-2 pitch. Bobby Cox thinks it's low. Chipper Jones thinks it's low, but I bet you that thing will register as a strike on Amica, because we know Amica likes the ball down.
So 1 down, 2 on. Brian Mccann, the batter. And there's strike 1.
What a big pitch that was. 3-2 though. 2 guys on, nobody out. Would have had the bases loaded.
Mccann at .327 batting average this season. He's 3 for 7 in this series. Another guy who spent time on the DL for the Braves. The Braves have had a lot of guys spending time on the DL. He had a left eye infection. Missed a total of 13 games in the bulk of April. Rips this to right down the line, and that ball will hit off the wall. Scoring from second base is Nate McLeod. Yunel Escobar is going to try and score from first. He will, and it's a 2-run double as Atlanta on top 2-0.
McCann gets a floater from Wake, a high little floater that doesn't do much at all, just sitting there saying hit me, and he does. He smokes this ball down the line. Luckily he didn't hook that ball anymore. That would have been a 3-run bomb. Meanwhile it bangs around long enough for 2 runs to score.
So a 2-run double, and it is a 2-0 Atlanta Braves lead. Brian Mccann at second base with 1 out, and Garrett Anderson the batter. He takes strike 1.
Anderson has had some success, a lot of success off of Wake. He's got 5 home runs lifetime. Has faced him more than anybody else in this lineup.
0-2. Anderson all those years as a member of the Angels. And here are those numbers you spoke of.
It's a lot of at-bats, 66 at-bats. Many years facing Wake.
It's jammed and pops it up. The wind is going to push it back onto the screen. Kataris came back as far as he could. Anderson has had a good series, going 4 for 7 against the Red Sox in the series. And he's hit safely now 26 of the last 32 games. Up foul again, backing out of play. One of 2 active players with a .280 average in each of the last 14 seasons. The other guy, Manny Ramirez. Fly ball to right field. J.D. Drew coming in. Wynn knocks it down, and Drew will make the running catch for the second out of the inning. And no advance at second base for Brian Mccann. 2 down.
First baseman number 22,
Here comes Casey Kochman, and he's part of our key matchup brought to you by Honda. It's Tim Wakefield. He's got good numbers at .357, including home run. It's a high fly ball to right field. Wynn will knock it down again. And J.D. Drew is there to make the catch. It ends the inning. Braves come away with 2 first-inning runs. The Red Sox are coming up.
Here are the starting lineups for the Boston Red Sox. At second base, Mr. Dustin Pedroia. In right field, Mr. J.D. Drew. At third base, Mr. Kevin Youkilis. In left field, Mr. Jason Bay. The DH is Mr. David Ortiz. At first base, Mr. Mark Katsay. In center field, Mr. Jacoby Ellsbury. The shortstop, Mr. Nick Green. And catching George Kataris.
Great job. As the Red Sox come to bat here in the bottom of the first inning. Dustin Pedroia to lead it off. Dealing with Jair Jurgens, who is on the mound today for the Atlanta Braves.
Jair
Jurgens. 5-5 with a 2.89 earned run average, 244 opponent batting average. And it's framed by Ross, who liked it, but Bill Hahn did not. Last three starts, Milwaukee, Pittsburgh, and Cincinnati. And in 15 innings, giving up 7 runs. The run support has been just over 2, and that has been one of the larger issues, not only for Jurgens, but also for this Atlanta Braves pitching staff. Just not scoring a lot of runs, despite what they were able to do in Game 1 of this series.
Well, you can understand why they didn't score any runs last night against Beckett, but overall, they're playing in that big ballpark, and they haven't got the team that's built for that yard. They don't have any power. Any club would have a tough time having power in that ballpark, but they've got to try to produce some runs, small ball, and they really can't. They haven't got a lot of speed. That's probably why they went out and got McLeod from Pittsburgh to help out there.
As a result, the records of some of the starters for Pittsburgh really sort of unfair when you look at it, or not indicative of the way that they have pitched. Even the numbers for Jurgens, who has losses in all 3 of the last outings, and Dustin Pedroia sends one to the track of the wall as he heads to second base with a leadoff double to open up this bottom of the first inning.
Well, Jurgens makes a mistake right away here with 2 strikes on Pedroia. Breaking ball, trying to throw the ball outside. This ball just rolls out over middle. He's lucky that ball's just a double down the line. Pedroia jumps on it. It's the ball down the line. Easy double for Pedroia.
Red Sox trying to answer the Braves, who scored twice in the top half of this inning. Now J.D. Drew, who will take strike 1 from Jurgens. Drew 258 to start the day. He's 1 for 6 in the series against Atlanta, former member of the Atlanta Braves. He's been getting on. It's a fly ball down the left field line. Garrett Anderson over towards the seats, has no play. Back into the crowd.
Ball right there is an out in a lot of ballparks, just barely getting into the seats. Jurgens is blocked watching the miles per hour. It may get higher as the game goes on, but he features 91, 92 with a little sink. Tries to paint with it. Got 4 pitches, curveball, slider. He threw the hanger. He threw to Pedroia. Threw a little change up there to J.D. Drew. So he's got 4 pitches, knows how to pitch, moves it around.
Strike 3 call.
And you see he can paint.
J.D. Drew is gone. Bill Hahn rings him up for a strikeout for Jurgens.
Puts J.D. away. Threw him a change up the pitch before he fouled off, and he comes back with a fastball, paint inside corner.
So 1 out. Pedroia at second base, and here's Kevin Youkilis. In there for strike 1. Youkilis on the homestand has gone 3 for 17. And 1 for 7 in the series against Atlanta. Pedroia doing some dancing out there at second base, and Jurgens noticed, so he steps off.
Youkilis with a big hit last night. Got a base hit off Derek Lowe, RBI.
Jurgens throwing a lot of strikes here in the early going.
Throwing a little harder than I thought.
Chance here for Youkilis, who's been so good with runners in scoring position. He's got Pedroia at second base and one out. Another attempt to get him, but no throw.
This would drive me nuts when guys used to jump around at second base. Bothering me.
Stay put.
Don't do that.
I'm trying to concentrate.
I'm trying to concentrate. Don't you see?
He's in that time with the breaking ball. It's 1-2.
But I'd get into a pattern. I wouldn't even look at him. And that sometimes that's probably the best thing. I'm telling you, they think he's going to look at me sooner or later. I never did.
So fouled off to the right. That's at 1-2. Here's how the Braves line up defensively. It is Garrett Anderson in left field, Nate McLeod in center. In right field is Gregor Blanco. With Chipper Jones at third, Yanel Escobar at short, Mark Prado at second base, Casey Kochman at first, and the catcher for Atlanta is David Ross today. 1-2 pitch almost hits him, and it's 2-2.
And you got to throw the ball inside to Uke. You just do. The way he swings the bat, he can cover that outside corner. That's why he's going to get drilled, and that's why he's got a pad on his elbow.
Seen a lot of pitches as he fouls off another, and it's 2-2. Jason Bay waits on deck as the Red Sox try to answer a 2-run top half of the first inning for the Braves today. Little number off the mound, and Jurgens knocks it down. He can do nothing with it. Didn't play it cleanly. Off the glove, Youkilis reaches. Pedroia to third with one out.
Well, Jurgens just messes this play up big time. Just a little easy comebacker, couple hopper. Just get over there. Get off the mound a little bit. Don't get too excited. Gets over there and backhands this ball. Clank. That's murderous. As a pitcher, that is such an out. You're not going to win a Golden Glove after that play. You're not. He may not be that bad a fielder, but after looking at that, you're never going to get any respect for the rest of the year.
It's an E1. And it's first and third with one out.
More than anything, it's going to be hard to get out of this inning. When you make an error like that, you can only blame yourself.
Jason Bay's numbers, 286 in the last 11 games. A couple of home runs, 10 runs batted in. Takes the 1-0 for ball 2, 2-0. Dustin Pedroia at third base. Kevin Youkilis at first base, one out. There's a strike hit. A little on.
A little pause.
Yeah, a little delay.
A little bothersome pause.
Yeah.
I can kind of tell when he comes up if this is going to be a strike. Just by the way, he has a way of looking to the right a little bit. That means I'm going to call a strike.
There's a fly ball out towards right center field. Pretty deep. Windham knock it down. As Blanco comes in to make the catch. Pedroia will tag. Throw goes to second, and the Red Sox get their first run.
That fly ball was headed towards center field. McLeod looked like he had a beat on it and ended up in right center field for a sacrifice fly. Let's get the high fastball. Drives this ball in the air. Gets it up in that gust of wind. You see this ball pushing. Easy sacrifice fly.
He was looking up at the ball and down at the wall to see if that would get out of here, but no chance with that wind howling in.
You know, the way Jason Bay left the box, he thought he smoked that ball.
Not today. So 2 down. Youkilis at first. David Ortiz takes the ball outside. Ortiz at 208 overall on the season. 5 homers, 28 runs batted in, and he's gone 4 for 15 on the homestand. His numbers at Fenway Park at home in the last 11 games. 4 of the 5 home runs have come in the last 11 here at Fenway. Drills this to left field. Back goes Anderson looking up, and that ball is gone into the monster seats. Through the wind, Big Poppy takes it out of the yard. And the Red Sox take a 3-2 lead.
This ball is absolutely driven big time left center field. That was a no-doubter, even against the wind. Big Poppy gets a 2-0 fastball, drives this ball. You see this ball up, out over the plate, and he smokes this ball. It doesn't matter how hard the wind's blowing, this ball is gone. It's the kind of swings that he's been putting on the ball the past week to 10 days, opposite field.
That is the 5th home run Jurgens has given up. It is for David Ortiz, his 6th of the year. And a 3-2 Red Sox lead now. They erase the 2-run deficit very quickly. They're in the bottom of the 1st inning. Kotze takes ball 3, 3-0.
Kind of like your chances when you get behind somebody 2-0, right? Just go after him. Well, he went after him, and the ball was crushed.
Lined into center field, a base hit. Nate McLouth over to play it. And it's a 2-out single for Mark Kotze.
He's going to have to feature something other than a fastball. He's been getting rocked a little bit. Even Jason Bay hit that ball pretty good, a fastball. And
it's time now for the play of the week. As Kotze at first base is held on by Casey Kochman. Ellsbury stands in. Fouls it off to the left, and it's 1-1. Time now for the play of the week, brought to you by Taco Bell. Think outside the bun. Last night in the 3rd inning against the Braves, Jacoby Ellsbury robbed Jeff Francoeur of extra bases with his phenomenal catch out in left center field, sliding on the warning track and into the Green Monster. The play of the week is brought to you by Taco Bell. Think outside the bun.
Kind of scares you, some of the plays that he attempts. You know, he's so gutsy of a player that he attempts some great catches, and that one more step could have cost him an elbow or knee or something.
Kotze takes off Ellsbury. It's a fly ball to center. It's a 31 pitch inning for Jurgens, and the Red Sox score 3 times to take a 3-2 lead.
Dads out there, happy Father's Day.
Well, wishes for all our fathers out there on this Father's Day, as it is not picture perfect weather-wise from Fenway Park, but Things are going well for the Red Sox now as they score 3 times in the bottom of the first inning. 3-2 as the Red Sox and Braves move to the second inning. And great way to spend Father's Day here at Fenway Park, as so many are. Bob Tomaselli enjoying the day here at Fenway Park.
Well, he's ready for the weather, isn't he?
Yes, he knows what to wear these days. There's our low first cameraman on a daily basis, enjoying today off. Martin Prado will lead it off here for the Atlanta Braves in the second inning. Lots of scoring in the first. Prado, Ross, and Blanco to bat here for Atlanta. Wakefield gave up 2 runs in the first inning through 25 pitches. Gave up a total of 3 hits. Drops in there for a strike.
Having a good year, this is what happens. You go out, give up 2, come back, you're winning 3-2.
Line down the right field line. This is in the fair ball. J.D. Drew gets to it as into second base goes Prado. With a leadoff double to begin the second inning.
Boy, it looked like an emergency swing by Prado. That ball was almost in the glove by Contreras, and he hits this ball right down the line. As soon as that ball was fair, I knew it was trouble. I was thinking it might be 3, but Drew gets to it, holds him to a double. So much for a low-scoring game with the wind blowing in. I mean, boom, boom.
So Prado at second. Here's David Ross does the catching today. Mccann being used as the DH for Atlanta. Day game after the night game. Ross at 297 has 5 home runs. Chops it foul.
If your backup catcher's doing what he's doing, they're having a good year combined. Him and McCann being one of the best hitting catchers in all of baseball.
David Ross, a brief stint with the Red Sox, was 1 for 8. To third base. Youkilis looks the runner back at second and fires across for the out. Let's check in with Heidi Watney.
Well done. Kevin Youkilis just fielded that play at third because Mike Lowell is not in the lineup for a second straight day. He's been bothered by tightness in his hip. He said that's to be expected following his off-season hip surgery.
I feel better. You know, meeting with the doctors, I think you always panic a little, you know, because I just woke up a few days ago really tight, you know, not something where it seemed like it was getting gradually worse. You know, it was just from one day to the next it really locked up on me. So I think these 2 days with the off day, you know, is going to be really good. I feel a little bit better now, but you know, according to the docs, they told me I'm going to go through some peaks and valleys, and it'll be just for a couple days. So I think as long as we monitor that, I think, you know, for the long term, you know, we'll be much better.
Now also today, Jed Lowry is making a rehabilitation start with Pawtucket as they play at Durham at 5 o'clock tonight. Terry Francona said he's going to play about 5 innings. The team wants him to ramp up kind of like spring training. So he may play a day and then take a day off. Francona said he needs to shake off the rust and build up his endurance so when he comes back to the team, he doesn't have any fatigue in his wrist. Don?
Okay, Heidi, thank you very much. And of course, also the news today is this is line to first. Kotze makes the grab for it, hits the dirt. Took a look towards second, no chance to get Prado. And Gregory Blanco is out number 2 of the inning. The other news today, and I guess it's not a big surprise, but Daisuke Matsuzaka placed on the disabled list today, and the Red Sox bring up Dusty Brown. And Terry Francona talked to him a little bit about today before the game, and basically felt like on days when Jason Varitek is off, he really likes to give him that full day off and not use him as a pinch hitter or get him up at all to be used. So bring Dusty Brown up, and obviously the Red Sox don't need to make a move until Smoltz is ready on Thursday. Good running catch and right by Drew to end the inning. The double wasted to begin the inning for the Braves. Red Sox lead it 3-2. Find FWX 27 Bass Centers at frankweb.com to get the complete recap of this weekend series between the Red Sox and Braves, along with highlights from around the majors on this interleague weekend. Plus, we won't know the winner of the U.S. Open Golf Championship until late, at the earliest tomorrow, as rain has wreaked havoc at the Bethpage Block on Long Island. Of third round highlights, it's all coming up on Sports Desk. Lights out. 3-2, the Red Sox on top as we head to the bottom of the second inning. Jair Jurgens threw 31 pitches in the first inning, gave up 3 runs. All the runs are unearned.
That error cost him right back to the mound. Easy play. Ends up costing him 3 unearned runs.
To left center field. Over goes Anderson, and Garrett Anderson with a good running catch. And one down here in the second inning. Nick Green is retired. George Katar is coming up. All right, I'm going to float a theory at you, and I think I know the answer already before I ask, but I'm going to do it anyway. It is my opinion that if the pitcher makes the error, the run should be earned. What do you think?
No.
I don't even know why I wasted my time. I knew the answer.
I know what you're saying, though. It's your fault, so you should have an earned run.
You made the
It's
error.
your earned run average,
Right.
and it's your error.
Right.
Okay.
So you,
But I don't mean, no.
One out for George Kataris.
Jurgens only had given up 4 home runs going into this game, and you think, boy, I mean, 4 home runs. This guy keeps the ball in the ballpark. Where he pitches here, it's a different ballpark. He'd have a lot more trouble with the long ball. I don't care who you are. I know Derek Lowe keeping the ball down like this doesn't have a lot of home run balls off of him, but what a find they got. They got this guy from Detroit for Renteria. What a deal that was.
It's worked out great for them and continues to do so as this one is fouled off.
You know, that's the problem you get when you start talking about, say, a guy getting rid of a guy like Buchholz, right? You need a player. Say we needed a shortstop. Not so much Renteria, but I mean, if you needed that need was met, and you had to get rid of Buchholz, and he ends up going somewhere else, and you watch him just become Rookie of the Year or whatever it is, and have a great career. That's why it's hard to pull the trigger,
especially with pitching. I think
it really is, because they can come back and bite you.
There's a line drive to center field. McClouth is there as he moves over to make the grab and drops the baseball. No, you're going to say he had it long enough. Paul Emmel out there to make the call. Kataris was hanging around first to make sure. And it was on the transfer apparently, and there's 2 down.
This ball's hit hard too. He's taking it out of the glove. I guess they say that's a catch. Was some line drives being hit early in this game or what? I mean, they're everywhere.
There's a line drive to end last inning. J.D. Drew made the catch in right on Nate McClouth. There's 2 outs for Pedroia, who doubled to get the first inning started. Came around to score the Red Sox first run. I think, you know, you look at the way the Red Sox have handled things. They have been fairly reluctant to trade away a lot of their young pitching prospects, and we've seen really the fruits of that over the last few years. The guys that have come up, the Mastersons and others, and
they could have lost them. They could have lost them in that Santana trade they talked about a couple of years ago. Right. They're ready to want Lester, Masterson, this one, that one.
Ellsbury was in the mix.
I mean, really, think about that trade. Masterson, Lester, and Ellsbury. And I don't know if it was all 3 or not, but
some combination.
Some combination. And we didn't have, we weren't as high. We hadn't seen Masterson to that point. The wind is howling.
Wow. It is just coming straight in from center field. 1-2 chopped up the middle. Prado around the bag at second. In time, and not by much, but just got Pedroia at first. A 1-2-3 second, a 3-2 Red Sox lead. limited number of pavilion suites for 20 to 25 guests, and some of the smaller all-inclusive premium packages have recently become available for the upcoming holiday weekend matchups with the Mariners. Give your friends and family a 4th of July weekend they'll never forget. For more information, call 617-226-6025 or email premiumsales@redsox.com today. Well, the wind is howling in. There's a light rain, mist, call it what you like, falling here at Fenway Park. A raw day at Fenway, and Tim Wakefield ready to go in the 3rd inning as the Atlanta Braves scored twice in the 1st. That's kind of the wardrobe of choice. I'm not sure what you would go with today, now that I'm looking at some of the gear some of these people have on. I mean, I guess you just wouldn't go outside today, maybe.
I'm just not going to wear that cap, you know, that little shower cap ever. I'm not going to wear it in the shower. I'm not going to wear it in the rain.
Have you worked it out with TC? You guys all set now?
But
is it over? I mean, is it done?
I knew he didn't like that.
Not at all.
He didn't like it.
No, you definitely hit a nerve.
He's over it, though.
The bunt bid down the 3rd baseline. Youkilis, all you can do is let it roll, and it will stay fair. Perfectly placed by Yunel Escobar.
Perfectly placed. That ball he bunted it hard, but it stayed. As long as it stayed on the grass, this ball was going to be fair. See how hard he bunts this ball? It's got to stay on the grass or it's not going to be fair, and it does. Took the steam out of it a little bit, or it wanted to go left.
Third straight inning, the Braves have had the lead runner on. As Chipper Jones stands in, he struck out first time up.
Think about bunting off of Wakefield. It's not a bad idea because you've got a long time. You think about the ball's coming real slow to sort of deaden it. Well, third baseman playing back like that.
Is it hard with all the movement, though?
I'm sure it is, but I mean, you've got time to just really, I mean, if you do bunt it, you'd think you'd deaden it very easily because it's not coming very hard. Make Wakefield bounce around, try to make a play. I'm surprised more people don't try to bunt off of Wakefield.
We often talk about hit and run type situations with Wakefield on the mound. Tough to do because you can't guarantee the contact.
Right. You know, most people, even though they don't attempt stolen bases off of a lot of clubs, they will off of Wakefield, even guys that can't run. This club doesn't have a lot of speed at all. Talking about McLeod is probably the only guy that runs. He's only got 9 stolen bases.
There's a strike, and it's 2-2.
Wakefield breaks out the curveball.
Good numbers for Chipper Jones against Tim Wakefield. Outside, Kataris lunging to his left, full count.
Jones last at bat took a 3-1 pitch fastball right there for strike 2. Got rung up on a knuckleball that he thought was low. See what happens this time.
Chipper Jones swings away and hits a fly ball to the left. Jason Bay coming in. Wynn taking it, but Bay runs it down. Don't forget, you can follow today's Red Sox game through our live blog at NESN.com. It's a great way to follow the action if you're away from your TV or located outside our broadcast territory and just want to get a little extra insight beyond the balls and strikes. Find the live blog now at NESN.com. Could just be bored with economic. You never know. It could be another option. It is 3-2.
Can't blame him.
Red Sox on top, 1 out, third inning. And Mccann takes the ball low. And a 2-run double in the first inning. RBI is 27 and 28 on the year. With all the young players, the Braves have had through the years. He's the first to make it 3 straight in his first 3 years. But all the great players that came through the Braves system who arrived on the scene.
If there's a position to make the All-Star team, it is a catcher in either league.
To first base, Kotze goes to second for one, back to first, double play. It ends this top of the 3rd inning. It's 3-2 Red Sox after 2.5. Watney.
Well, Don, even though he's not catching today, Jason Varitek has special catcher's gear in honor of Father's Day. The gear has blue accents on it, and it says Dad on the collar, as you can see, instead of the normal tech. Now, the gear is going to be auctioned off with all the proceeds going to the Prostate Cancer Foundation, and you can find more information at redsox.com on the auction for the gear and more information on. He really does this for pretty much every holiday. He wears special gear, and even though he's not catching today, you can still help out Prostate Cancer Foundation by bidding on his gear. Don?
All right, thank you very much, Heidi. Of course, the light blue wristbands worn across the majors today, also drawing awareness to prostate cancer on this Father's Day from Fenway Park. J.D. Drew, Kevin Youkilis, and Jason Bay in the bottom of the 3rd inning. Drew struck out looking in the 1st inning, 0 for 1 against Jair Jurgens. Well, the scoring in this one in the 1st inning, Atlanta getting 2, Red Sox answering with 3. All the runs the Red Sox have are unearned. Fly ball left field for Garrett Anderson. Makes the catch, everything a bit of an adventure that's in the air today, and there's one down.
You can tell how the outfielders go up to the ball. They're not really totally sure. So gingerly go up, stick their glove up.
So one out here in the 3rd inning. Kevin Youkilis reached on the error committed by Jurgens. Braves are headed home after the game today. They have a makeup game tomorrow against the Cubs. Red Sox are off tomorrow. Braves have 2 makeup games to be made up on off days. And tomorrow the first of those 2 off days that are no longer off days. So they're really hoping that this series would get in its entirety. And kind of playing through a mist here today, not a problem so far anyway. Youkilis fooled on the pitch, full count.
Big pitch right here, 3-1. Youkilis looking fastball. Whoop, pulls the string. No way you're thinking he's going to throw a changeup 3-1. Nobody on.
Back to the mound. Jurgens can't get it. It's foul ball. Fouled off Youkilis.
Surprised he doesn't wear one of those guards on his front shin. He should have a shin guard. After that, he'll have one. Doesn't he usually wear one?
He does, I think.
Yeah. Well, he's going to put it next time up. We'll see one.
To center field and in for a hit. Youkilis aboard for the second time today. A one-out single this time.
Uke finally works the count. 3-2. Does get a fastball. He's trying to throw the ball away. Doesn't. Throws the ball almost inner half. Down the middle, really. Base hit by Uke.
Youkilis, of course, on all the time. It has been on base 17 of the last 19 games. 1 out, 1 on for Jason Bay. Hit a sacrifice fly first time up. And collected his 66th RBI of the season. I think that's a lot of RBIs. Well, it's the most in the American League with 66, and one shy of the Major League lead. Prince Fielder, the Milwaukee Brewers, with 67 RBIs on the year. To the right, and it's 2-1 to Jason Bay.
Jason Bay has found his way into a position to drive in runs. You don't expect him at the start of the year to be hitting fourth all year.
No, the Red Sox actually are pretty careful not to put him in that spot. You think about it. After the trade was made, and you think, well, you get this guy, maybe he'd slide into Manny Ramirez's spot, and they never did for a very long time.
Not at all. Hit fifth, didn't he, for the most part?
Yes. But the way this lineup has changed so much, especially with the struggles of Ortiz. Runner goes, a swing and a miss, and out at second base is Youkilis. The swipe tag got him in the back before he reached the bag and ends the innings. And it is 3-2. Red Sox on top. Covidien is a proud sponsor of the Boston Red Sox and the Red Sox Foundation, helping to raise money for life-saving cancer research. First time at Fenway and with his daddy. That's great. Here at Fenway Park today on this Father's Day. So many fathers in attendance at Fenway Park for this final game of the series. Also Main Day here today. We got a lot of stuff going on at Fenway. As the Red Sox have a 3-2 lead into the top half of the fourth inning. Third, Anderson hits it on the ground right side. Pedroia to his right. For the first out in the fourth inning. Wakefield seems to be settling in here after a tough first inning.
We saw the first pitch to Anderson. That probably was his best knuckleball. That ball looked like a curveball. Next pitch, a little weak ground ball up the middle. Wake's going good. You get a lot of easy pop-ups, weak ground balls, and he can do it in a hurry. I think he leads the league in pitches against hitters, which says it all. Guys are swinging early in the count.
That is pitch number 50 of this outing for Tim Wakefield. 3 1/3 innings. Chops it foul, and it's 0-2. We're talking about where his spot is in Red Sox club history. 173 wins for Tim Wakefield. Third in club history, only behind Roger Clemens and Cy Young. They each had 192 wins in a Red Sox uniform. Third base, Euchel is to his left to reel it in.
Look at Euch's uniform. He's been in the dirt all night. Line drive, slicing a little bit. Luckily playing in that hole that normally is a base hit to left field. They got it figured out, don't they, today? I mean, Wake's given up some line drive today. Several. Which is a good thing, because get those out of the way, you get some outs with those, then you can finish this thing.
2 down for Martin Prado, who takes a strike over the outside corner. Swing foul tip, 0-2. The league leaders are brought to you by Olympia Sports. We're talking about wins. How about this season? Well, Tim Wakefield's got 9, only behind Halladay and Slowey, tied with 4 others. And the conversation has been about, can Tim Wakefield get to the All-Star game for the first time in his long career and making a run here, really?
Well, you don't want to get ahead of ourselves here and start talking about, well, if he wins the next 3 starts, he's got to win this one first. But it'd be hard to get him out. 12 and 3 if he wins the next 3. But there's so many guys. You start looking up the list of pitchers that are having pretty good years. Some guys that haven't before.
Strike 3 call as he foul tips it into the catcher's mitt to end the inning. It's 3-2 Red Sox. rapid rewind. David Ortiz with a 2-run home run in the first inning, opposite field into the monster seats, his 6th home run of the year, and gave the Red Sox a 3-2 advantage. AT&T, the nation's fastest 3G network. AT&T, your world delivered. It is David Ortiz who will lead it off here in the bottom of the 4th inning. 2-run home run shot you saw, his 6th of the year.
All of his home runs have been in Fenway Park, have they not, this year? I don't think he's hit one on the road yet.
I don't think you're right. That is true. You think I know that? I mean, I've been here.
I should have asked your guy.
That's what you need to do.
I'll remember that.
If I had a guy, you could ask me. Ortiz pops it up. Left side of the infield. Yunel Escobar, Wynn taking it. Now Jones will get involved. Nobody's going to get involved. It's going to fall onto the dirt of the infield. Wynn played with it. Escobar thought Jones was under it. Likewise for Jones.
They had a long time to talk to one another. You want it? You think you want it? No, I don't want it. You want it? No, I don't want it. And it dropped. That ball is up there forever. No communication. None at all. No one said anything.
That didn't go well.
Not at all. David probably should have been at second base on this ball. Maybe not, but
they give him a hit. Nobody touched it.
You know you're going good when you get a hit.
Yes.
Huh? He's on fire.
His 2nd hit of the day and a leadoff single as it works out. Kotze single to center field first time up as he flares one foul and is down 0-2.
I mean, as a shortstop, you should want everything, don't you think? I mean, not to blame him, but it's that shortstop's ball. I mean, it's like the center fielder gets everything out there, and the shortstop gets everything in the infield. Take charge.
Off the mound, Jurgens a give way, and Ross quickly to first base to get Kotze.
They almost did it again. Nobody really wanted to go after that ball. See a swinging bunt out in front of the plate. Jurgens says, I got it, and then he backs off. Ross gets it. Luckily, Kotze's not flying down the line, or that would have been a base hit.
So 1 out, Ortiz takes second base, and Jacoby Ellsbury, the batter, flied out to center field first time up.
Ellsbury in the 7th slot. Excuse me. Yeah, in the 7th slot for quite some time now, and swinging the bat well down there. But you know, Pedroia, did you see the numbers? Pedroia hitting in the leadoff spot was
not good.
I had no idea how bad they were. His on-base percentage less than 300 in the leadoff position, and he's been there for a long time, and I don't think they're even considering moving him.
Well, let me ask you this. We asked it at the time, will Dustin Pedroia change his approach now that he's a leadoff hitter? And everybody said, no, he won't. Do you think he's changed his approach at all?
I don't necessarily think he's changed his approach. He just has been kind of cold for a while.
Just a bad stretch.
I think it's a bad stretch, but it's pretty glaring when you saw the numbers. I was surprised. I didn't know it was that.
So was Terry Francona, by the way.
He was. And less than 300 on base, maybe less than 200 hitting in the leadoff spot.
178.
Incredible.
To right field, in comes Blanco. It'll drop in front of him. Ortiz had to wait to make sure, now takes third on the single for Ellsbury to right. And it's first and third with one down.
The way Blanco was coming in on this ball, looks like he's going to have a chance to catch it. His fastball middle kind of hits the end of his bat a little bit. Wasn't a smoke job line drive, but it looked like he had a shot at it. David had to hold up at second. Good base running, really. You can't challenge that. He probably wouldn't have scored anyway if he took off.
So first and third, one down. Nick Green had a big night last night. Couple of hits. Drove in the first Red Sox run of the night last night. and gets hit. And to first base to load the bases with one out.
Ball running inside. His fastball has a tendency to run inside. He says he gets on the side of that ball, goes sideways, and just nicks Nick in the hip maybe, or elbow, what have you. Bases loaded here. Jurgens has been throwing, to me, a lot of pitches to hit. The fastball, he's been using his fastball a lot, getting carried away with that fastball. It's not exactly gas. I mean, he's throwing maybe 90, 91. Ball moves a little bit, but there's been good swings all day long.
Bases loaded, one out for George Kataris. Rips it foul.
Not only that, everybody seems hitterish today. Just they're sort of, it doesn't seem like it's in the air. Everybody's hacking, man, having good swings, getting good pitches to hit, both sides.
Lead on that swing, and it's 0-2. 92 that time from Jurgens. Ortiz at third, Ellsbury at second, Green at first. There's a fly ball to left. Garrett Anderson back now will come in as he makes the catch. Big Poppy tags and scores the Red Sox fourth run. It's 4-2. Sacrifice fly for George Kataris, and the Red Sox lead by 2.
Good piece of hitting by Kataris to get this ball in the air, doing his job, because it's an 0-2 pitch. He doesn't really know what he's going to get. Gets a little breaking ball, backdoor breaking ball, down a little bit. Just flips his ball to left field. Looks like it's going to be a weak fly ball. Ortiz running. It's more than deep enough for him to score. Anderson was sort of scuffling over that ball to try to make the catch.
So 2 on, 2 down. A run in and back up top for Dustin Pedroia. He has doubled and grounded out. Jurgens last year was third in the National League Rookie of the Year voting. Giovanni Soto of the Chicago Cubs won it. Joey Votto of the Reds was second. And look at the numbers from last year. 13-game winner in his first full year in the majors. 13-10 with a 3.68 earned run average and 31 starts. He made 7 starts the year before for the Tigers and was 3-1. The trade for Edgar Renteria.
Well, he's got all the pitches. I've watched him. His velocity goes up and down a little bit. 89. Every once in a while he'll throw it 94, but really hasn't featured a good breaking ball.
.30 fastball for strike one.
This ball's high. There's no doubt this ball's high. I mean, so high. Especially when you gauge it off of how small the Pedroia is. That ball looks like it's face high.
Pedroia to left field. Garrett Anderson is out there, and he makes the catch. It ends the inning. Red Sox add a run, take a 4-2 lead at the end of 4.
cool. He could have a schmag if he wanted to. Right? He'd be the perfect pitcher to just boil and schmag and maybe have a cocktail and go back out there. Right? It's not right. This is not right.
Very relaxed.
Right.
Yeah. Tonight at 8, don't miss a 1-hour special edition of Charlie Moore Outdoors with the football legend Doug Flutie. After a day of airboat bass fishing in Florida and revisiting Doug's incredible career, it's on to the gridiron where Doug walks mad fish through his famous drop kick. It's only on Charlie Moore Outdoors tonight at 8 on NESN. Sacrifice fly for George Kataris that scored David Ortiz. As the Red Sox on top now 4-2 as we play along to the 5th inning. David Ross to lead it off for Atlanta. Gregor Blanco and Nate McLouth here in the 5th. Wakefield with 2 strikeouts in his outing today. He's not walked anybody. Into left field, a base hit. Well placed in between Youkilis and Green on the left side. 6 hits now for the Braves. Lead runner on for the 4th time in 5 innings.
It's Gregor. They forgot they dropped the Y. What happened on his name? Seriously, what is that? You ever heard of that?
I don't know his parents personally, so I'm not really sure. This is sharply hit. Green will touch second himself, fire to first, double play. He's 2 down.
Taylor made double play, hit it firm up the middle. Gets a bad hop, kicks up high, takes it himself, double play ball. It's a beautiful thing, one pitch like that, but that almost a bad hop. He has more than enough time to touch the bag and move on to first.
And Blancos can send cards and letters to Dennis Eckersley.
I don't know.
2 down.
Sort of struck me weird.
Yeah, no, jumps out at you. It's like it's missing some other letters.
Just one, right?
Yeah. Okay. If you're going in that direction. Nate McLouth is 1 for 2. He is singled and lined out. Just outside, framed by Kataris.
One of those games for Wakefield today. He's hit the ball firm a few times, and he's, especially that double play ball, that's a beautiful thing. Got some runs to work with.
High fly ball to right field. Back goes J.D. Drew. See if the wind can keep it in. It will. Knocks it down, and Drew on the track makes the grab. McLouth is gone. So are the Braves. 4-2. Boston on top.
I know you're watching right now, Dad, and just want to say I love you and hope you have a great day.
Happy Father's Day to all the fathers out there today as the Red Sox have a 4-2 lead to the bottom of the 5th inning. Ramirez and Kevin Youkilis out there, well wishes to their dads. As J.D. Drew coming up here in the bottom of the 5th inning. Johan wants the baseball from Jair Jurgens. It's Drew, Youkilis, and Bay in the 5th. Raw, wet day, windy at Fenway Park. Wind blowing straight in and swirling at times. Drew fouls it off to our left.
Think about Jurgens. He gave up 3 unearned runs in the first inning on a ball he should have handled, air by him. Then last inning, pop up by Ortiz that dropped for a base hit. He ends up scoring. That's 4 runs. One of those days.
Braves defensively kind of in the middle of the pack in the National League coming in. As J.D. Drew strikes out, second time that he has struck out today, 1 down in the 5th.
You see his repertoire here. He's got a little changeup that he doesn't break out very often, but it works right here to J.D. way out front. Punches out for the second time.
So 1 down for Kevin Youkilis. Reached on that error you spoke of in the first inning, and then single center field in the 3rd. There's it foul off to the right.
He didn't go out and get that shin guard. Still without the shin guard, even though he fouled one off the last time up.
Strike on the outside corner, and it's 0-2. The severity of the rain has picked up here at Fenway Park. Hardest that it has rained here at any point today. There is Youkilis striking out. Knew it. Takes with him the 4th K for Jurgens. 2 down in the 5th.
See this. Jurgens throws a fastball paint. This is a good pitch. Pitcher's pitch. Maybe a little outside, but hard to take that pitch. Not a happy camper right there. You know, with Uke just having at bat there, I was thinking about Lowell. We talked about him a couple innings ago, and he hasn't played for a couple of days. It's probably a good thing for him, but it's concerning, isn't it?
Yes.
I was going to say that earlier. It's very concerning because, you know, he's played so much, and there was a time when we thought, God, he's playing a little too much, isn't he? But he didn't have the luxury to have somebody like Kotze they have now
at first.
But you hope that this is not serious. I mean, but they haven't downplayed it at all. I mean,
no.
You know, Lowell came out and talked about it, but it tightened up on him a couple of days ago. It kind of scares me because after that surgery, I was always worried about him. Who wasn't? Right. Remember, we talked about it all the time.
Sure.
If he is all right, it changes everything.
Well, they hope that the 3 days rest will do him some good. Had last night off, today off, and of course tomorrow is scheduled off day for the Red Sox. There's ball 4. Jason Bay, the 2-out walk here in the 5th. Introducing the new $5 Red Sox instant game from the Match Day Lottery. You can win Red Sox season's tickets for life and up to $1 million instantly. Get yours today. For details, visit matchlottery.com. So 2 outs, Jason Bay at first base, and David Ortiz coming up. He has a home run, a 2-run shot in the first inning, and an infield hit in the 4th. Terry Francona was saying today that really moving forward, he's got to monitor it a little bit better, perhaps. I mean, they were kind of running him out there every day. He appeared to feel okay. Things are moving on, but you know, in hindsight now, maybe it would have been more beneficial to have a couple more days off.
Well, he wants to play. I mean, that's what's so tough to manage a guy like that wants to play. And you know, they talk their way into playing all the time to the manager, and you know that's why it's tough for Tito to know, well, I got to get him out of here. But then again, he needed the option to do that, and they don't think they had as many options as they do now with Kotze playing.
This one will get out of play.
And who do they have to play third base beyond Uke?
Nick Green could move
Green,
over.
right. But not that he played so well, Lowell. How can you take him out? He was just so clutch. He's been right at 300 all year long. Got some important RBIs.
He's played in 65 of these 69 Red Sox games as Ortiz strikes out. Jurgen strikes out the side. We played 5. 4-2 Boston.
Was placed on the disabled list today, and Terry Francona said it's not going to be a 2-week thing. The team doesn't know how long it's going to take, but they need to get Daisuke Matsuzaka back to full strength.
We almost did that last time. I mean, we pretty much started over last time. So it's hard, you know. We, like I kind of said yesterday, we never were really able to get that foundation. And he's alluded to that too. And so we got to try to figure it out because it's obviously not working.
Matsuzaka had an MRI yesterday. Francona said there was no structural damage. He was also examined by Dr. Gill, and they said there was significant weakness in his shoulder. Don?
All right, Heidi, thank you very much. As the Red Sox placing Daisuke Matsuzaka on the DL, and as Terry Francona said, it's kind of like starting all over again. It's going to be like a spring training process, figure out where he is, and I guess first and foremost, strengthening that shoulder, which appears to be the biggest issue in the forefront right now.
Well, how about getting the ball out of his hand? I mean, this is a guy that wants to throw every day, overthrows. You know, that's just the way he is. And so if you're going to start from scratch, start from taking the ball out of his hand and letting it just mellow out for a week or whatever they have to. They've got time. And, you know, because you can't just say, well, you know, just go down there and pitch every 5 days. Obviously, he's going to take some time off, and then they're going to slowly start this thing back up again. So if you're talking spring training, you're looking at least a month.
And what, 5 rehab appearances, perhaps?
Now you're talking 2 months.
Nick Green to first base as Yunel Escobar is out number 1 of the 6th inning. I want to remind you to hurry into Olympia Sports. Spend $75 or more on licensed Major League Baseball merchandise and get a $15 Olympia Sports bonus card. This promotion ends Tuesday. Olympia Sports, get it for less. 1 out for Chipper Jones here in the top half of the 6th inning. I think if nothing else, it is clear that you cannot get to that level of pitching that early in the spring training process, as we have seen in the WBC. It's just not a healthy thing.
Yeah, especially, you know, he's been around a long, long time. This is not a kid. I know he's not 30 years old yet, but that arm has a lot of throws in that arm, and he probably got it going too quick. When you start talking about competition, you're talking about acting like you're in the World Series in March. I mean, that's got to take its toll on you. And he was so fired up, probably saying, because, you know, when you get fired up, say, I feel good. But, you know, after you get away from that, you know, you get away from there and go, oh, I guess I don't feel that good. By the time he got here, he was, you know, as you saw right away, the first couple starts were brutal.
It took its toll. There's no doubt about it, and it's very different from the way I think that the WBC players take it from other places. I mean, it is national pride, really, in Daisuke and Japan's situation.
You know, if somebody told me I'd come to spring training and throwing the ball, getting ready, and they said, you know, you got to get it ready, you got to get ready. You know, the World Series is coming, and you know, you're going to do it. Just don't know how you're going to feel afterwards.
There's 2 down. I don't want to make it seem like the Major League players went over there didn't have the same sense as far as their national pride goes. They certainly did. Kevin Youkilis talked about it a great deal. Dustin Pedroia has as well. But it's a very big deal in Japan.
Yeah, we can't come close to what it feels like to be a Japanese player and the pride that they go into in that culture. I mean, to represent their country.
To win that tournament is enormous. Right side, Pedroia's got it. On to first. A 1-2-3, top of the 6th inning. It's 4-2 Boston. Okay, Tom, thanks very much. 4-2, Red Sox on top. Auburn, Maine, represented here today is the Red Sox and Braves play into the bottom of the 6th inning, and the wind continues to pelter in here at Fenway Park. Degrees of heavy rain to soft rain, and somewhere in between right now as we start this bottom of the 6th inning with Kotze, Ellsbury, and Green. It has made it a bit of an adventure here today for the outfielders, infielders as well. Kotze is 1 for 2, a single back in the 1st inning. Jurgen's about to throw his 90th pitch of his outing. The first batter here in the 6th inning. It's rolled foul. 0-2.
See their rotation. Jurgens, I guess, would be their number 3 starter when you start to look at their starters. Lowe being the ace. I think Vasquez, who they got from the White Sox last year, it's having a nice year for them too. Leading the National League, I believe, in punch-outs this year. Coming back from a so-so season he had with the White Sox, so that was kind of a good deal for them.
Into center field, a base hit for Mark Kotze, who's 2 for 3 today. Lead runner on for Boston here in the 6th inning.
Kotze's been swinging the bat good and making good solid contact. You see another base hit to left field, almost a duplicate copy of the ball he hit in his first at bat, base hit left field.
So Kotze at first, Jacoby Ellsbury the batter. He's 1 for 2 today. A single in the 4th inning. I wonder if the Braves can kind of hang in there. They are 4.5 games back of the Philadelphia Phillies in the National League East. Whether they would look to grab another bat perhaps and try to better this offense as they get closer to the trade deadline, halfway mark of the season.
You think they would? I mean, they need a bat big time. But I think that this staff will keep them around. I mean, they got a decent rotation. And the bullpen we saw the other night, they can close it out. Two guys, left-handed, right-handed, Gonzalez, Soriano, and even that Boylan throws the ball good. I mean, pitching will hang. You can make you hang in there, but 500 doesn't cut it.
One inside, spinning Ellsbury out of the way, and it's 2-1.
I'm trying to think over the years, you know, because they've been in that new ballpark for quite a while now, over 10 years, right? So they've had teams that have played well. I don't remember that ballpark playing so big, but they talk about it all the time that it's hard to hit a ball out of there. Obviously, it's going to help your pitching staff. They got a little foul territory there too. It plays fair for pitching.
Where can you score the best Red Sox gear in town? Check out BostonGlobeStore.com. The Boston Globe Store has everything for the die-hard fan. Autographed memorabilia, Red Sox photos, souvenirs, and more. Shop online, shop anytime. Shop BostonGlobeStore.com. Here is strike 3 to Jacoby Ellsbury. 6 strikeouts for Jurgens, who's racking up the strikeouts over the last 2 innings. 1 down.
Now batting, the shortstop, number 22, Nick Green.
Junior announcer day for us here at Nesson and also at the ballpark. These kids on Sundays do the introductions here in the PA next to Carl Bean. Back to your point about Turner Field, you remember when Andrew Jones was going well. I mean, he did a phenomenal job in center. That was one of the biggest things for him, was how much ground he could cover in center field. Go get it.
And I forgot, he hit 50 bombs with them. He's hit over 300 home runs with them, so they lost that big bat.
Huge.
And they've never really replaced it.
He's not been able to replace it himself. Speaking of not being able to replace it.
Yeah. So they were smart to get rid of him, but they haven't replaced that bat.
You think about it, too, as far as the 3-4-5 goes, they had a trio that was amazing of Chipper Jones, Andrew Jones, and Gary Sheffield at one point.
Right, Sheffield was big.
Right in the middle.
Right.
So they had some power. So I'm going to miss Nick Green down 0-2.
Jurgens is mixing in that little changeup there, and then he spots his fastball. You can see how this kid has had success early on in the big leagues, like we talked about. Won 13 games last year as a rookie.
Pitch 100 is chopped to first. Kochman's going to go to second for 1. Relay to first, double play. And it ends the 6th inning. Red Sox lead at 4-2 at the end of 6. The FW Webb Company for plumbing, heating, and cooling products. Now homeowners can visit one of their 27 Frank Webb Bath Center showrooms. Product knowledge and friendly guidance make both sides of Webb a home run. Seventh inning back at Fenway Park. Red Sox on top 4-2. It was Garrett Anderson, Casey Kochman, and Martin Prado. Tim Wakefield 73 pitches deep into his outing, facing the first hitter here of the seventh inning. Anderson bloop to right, little fall for a hit. In between, Pedroia going out, Drew coming in.
It's kind of the way this game's gone off for Wakefield. When he hit it softly, you see this knuckleball doesn't do much, but he doesn't hit it very well, just out of the reach of Pedroia into right field. But they've hit some balls hard that were caught, and some of the ground balls between short and third for base hits aren't hit very hard. So sometimes they even out, sometimes they don't. I think he's on the better end of the deal today, though.
Lead runner on for the fifth time in 7 innings for the Braves. And a ground ball foul.
Afraid to say anything. Everybody's in a swing mode right now. First pitch, hacking.
There's a fly ball down the left field line. Jason Bay running over. Can't make the catch, and it's a foul ball, fortunately for the Red Sox.
When you can't make a catch down the left field line, you're hoping it's not a fair ball. Not much room down there. Looks like he's got a beat on it. Ball's right up against the wall.
Had it in the glove, it looked like it may have knocked it out with the contact with the wall.
Oh, that's weird. That ball was in his glove, then he hit the wall, and it came out. Surprised he didn't carry it with him past the foul line. That's as close to being a fair ball as you can get.
So another chance for Casey Kochman. And he hits one high in the air to center field. Kobe Ellsbury makes the catch for the first out of the inning. Dunkin' Donuts is in its 10th year of hosting local youth groups and charitable organizations in the Dunkin' Dugout, a special seating section here at Fenway Park. Thousands of children have had the chance to catch a Red Sox home game thanks to Dunkin' Donuts. One out, Garrett Anderson at first base, and Martin Prado coming up.
It's kind of hard to tell how these balls are hit well or not, isn't it?
It is, because even the ones that are seem to get knocked down dramatically.
I saw Kochman come out of the box, and with his eyes lit up a little bit, that ball didn't go halfway deep into outfield. McLeod hit a ball last inning.
There's a line drive base hit to left for Prado. That's his second hit of the day. He's 2 for 3. Anderson takes second base.
You got to look to get Wake out of this game. You know, just a 2-run game right now. You've got the best bullpen in the world. Ramirez has been warming up for a while. You can pick your spot right here. Try to look ahead. Unless David Ross, if he lets him face Ross, then
fly ball to left field. Jason Bay, Wynn taking it again, makes the catch. Wow, where he started and where he ended up is amazing.
Well, you haven't got a long time to make a decision on what to do with Wake when the first pitch they're swinging at, and now you got 2 outs, and it looks like no move was a good move.
Watch where Bay starts. The ball was headed generally where he was, and look where it ends up.
And it's going fast too. It's coming down fast.
An adventure today. 2 outs, 2 on.
Not a lot of pitches by Wake.
No.
Tons of strikes. Over 75% strikes.
Total of 81 pitches today. 61 for strikes. Up the middle and into center field, a base hit. Garrett Anderson coming around to score. It's a 1-run game. The Atlanta Braves get their 3rd run of the day. A 2-out RBI for Gregor Blanco.
This ball is not hit hard, but it's a base hit up the middle. The thing about it is managing Wakefield. A day like today, you sort of give him another hitter, but he gives him Blanco, and Blanco shoots this ball up the middle to make this game 4-3. And you see Francona coming out to get him. You know, this is the type of game where one pitch could be a 3-run home run, but today's not a day that that's sort of conducive to, so he let him have one more hitter, got him out just in time.
Pitching change from Fenway. Tuesday night at 6, Olympia Sports presents the Boston Globe's Red Sox Game Day Live with Catherine Tappan, Tony Maserati, Heidi, Dave Roberts, and me. Brad Penning goes for his 7th win of the season as he leads the Sox into their first ever meeting with the Washington Nationals. You'll get a preview, plus a look at the Nationals' new home in our ballpark breakdown segment. It's all coming up Tuesday night at 6. The line for Tim Wakefield, who threw 82 pitches today. He's still responsible for the 2 men on. Nate McLeod batting with those 2 men on, first and second, as this call to the bullpen is brought to you by New England Ford dealers. Ramon Ramirez into the game. His 32nd appearance, a 1.97 ERA. Batters only at 174 against him. To right field, in for a hit. Drew plays it on a hop, trying to score. Is Prado. The throw to the plate is not in time, and the game is tied. Braves tied up 4-4 with some 2-out damage here in the 7th inning.
It's a big hit right there by Nate McLeod. Gets a fastball from Ramirez. See him set up. I don't know if that was a fastball because there's 88 miles an hour. For him, that might be his changeup. But one hop to Drew. You think he's got a shot at the plate. One hop's Gutierrez, but he gets in easy on the outside part of that plate. But this is a changeup is what it is. So 3 fingers almost over the top of that ball. Good swing by McLeod there. Ties this game up. You know, there hasn't been that many games this year where the bullpen had to come in and with no room for air. This being one of them.
Now Escobar, a rocket to third, picked by Youkilis for the out. Kevin Youkilis at third base makes the grab and the out that ends the top of the 7th. If you're traveling and can't watch the Red Sox on NESN, you can always catch a game on your computer with MLB.tv. The ultimate baseball experience featuring 100 out-of-market games per week. Live on your computer. Catch those you missed on demand. For more details, visit redsox.com, where baseball is always on. Kevin Youkilis with a nice play to end last inning and keep this game tied 4-4.
See this ball shot down the left field line. One hop dive. Nice play right in front of him. Force out. You don't see that very often, but big play. Tie ball game.
So a no decision as it works out for Tim Wakefield here today. 6 2/3, 9 hits, 4 runs. Didn't walk anybody, struck out 2, and Wakefield will not be part of the decision today, as he was going after win number 10. Jair Jurgens back on the mound, having thrown 100 pitches through the first 6 innings.
It's like they wait every inning. A little added extra time in between innings.
Eric O'Flaherty and Peter Moylan are up in the pen for the Braves. TBS is here today.
That's exactly what it is. We get a national game that comes in here, and they probably tell the umpires, you know, give us a little extra more time. We don't want to miss the first pitch. But we're all over the first pitch. We're never worried about the first pitch because we're always on it.
Generally 2 minutes and 5 seconds in between innings, but on national games it is 2:25.
Is that what it is?
God Bless America in between innings from Fenway Park, so now ready to go.
It's a short leash on Jurgens this inning because he's got 100 pitches on the button right now.
George Kataris, Dustin Pedroia, J.D. Drew in this tie game now. Kataris to left field. Garrett Anderson will play this off the wall. Kataris thinking 2. Anderson bobbles, and Kataris will get 2. He does get to second base. The bobble by Anderson, who played the wall quickly and looked like it was going to be a close play at second if he turns and fires, but a bobble instead.
Good pitch to hit right here. Fastball up, out, over. Kataris makes a nice swing on this ball. This ball's off the wall in a hurry. It looks like Anderson's going to have a shot at second base. Kind of gets a little anxious with it. Kataris really wasn't quite sure if he could get into second base, but when he bobbled, he gets in easy.
He had just reached first base when that hit the wall.
A throw in the vicinity, he's out at second base.
So a double to get this bottom of the 7th inning started. Pedroia with a double back in the first inning, sends in a ground out and a fly out. Foul down the right field line, and it's 1-1.
This is his last hitter. There's no way he's going to face J.D. Drew.
Off Ross. And it's a ball and 2 strikes.
It's funny how they're trying to get the most out of Jurgens this inning. They've got a lot of games ahead of them. That's why they're probably looking forward. They don't want to have to go to their bullpen too early. But
talking it over right now, Roger McDowell, the pitching coach, alongside Bobby Cox.
Got a makeup day tomorrow. They've been rained out a lot this year.
Two and 2 to Pedroia. Center fielder Nate McLeod, step or 2 towards right center. Good sized gap out there in left center for Pedroia. It's a fly ball to center. It's where McLeod was positioned. Now he's going to come in and make the catch. Kind of late to react as the wind again knocked that down.
That ball almost ended up being a play for the second baseman. It started out, and you know, can of corn, routine fly ball, medium center field, ends up just over, really 20 feet out over the second baseman's position.
Here comes Bobby Cox. That's going to be the day for Jair Jurgens. With one out, Kataris at second base. And the pitching change from Fenway. Game tied 4-4. Afternoon. Plus all the reaction from the Red Sox players in the KFC Clubhouse Uncut segment. It's all coming up right after the game with TC, Jim, and Heidi. Well, with one out here in the bottom of the 7th inning, Red Sox threatening in this 4-4 game. The new pitcher is Eric O'Flaherty. 36th appearance, a 1-1 record, 3.91 earned run average. And the opponent hitting at 237 against O'Flaherty, his second appearance of this series, as he went an inning in yesterday's ball game, giving up no hits, no runs. Comes on to face the left-handed hitting J.D. Drew. There's 2 strikeouts and a flyout. George Kataris at second base with the go-ahead run. A swing and a miss for J.D. Drew.
Very unusual for J.D. to chase that first fastball. He figures he doesn't want to get to that breaking ball. He saw fastball. Let's go.
In there for strike 2 and quickly in the hole. 0-2.
This pitcher's had a lot of success this year. Inherited runners. Only 2 of 18 had scored. That's good.
Very close. But it's ball 1-2.
What happens when you miss location a little bit. He's setting up outside here, and he throws his ball on the inside corner. This looks like a strike to me. Yes, it was.
Drew to left field. Anderson going back. It's over his head and off the wall. Kataris is going to try and score. Throw goes to second. He will, and the Red Sox take a 5-4 lead. Well, instead of strike 3 to Drew, he gets another chance to take a hack, and he lines it off the wall to put the Red Sox on top 5-4.
Second chance. He gets a breaking ball. This is a pretty good breaking ball, I thought. Ball didn't go down enough, stayed up, but he carves this ball and smokes it. Really, this ball's not just slicing down the line. This ball hits the wall. One hop. He has no chance to go to second base. RBI, base hit off the wall. He's upset about the pitch before.
Wow. I think if Flaherty got tossed, and now Cox has been tossed. Chipper Jones going to get tossed soon, too. This has happened very quickly, and you can understand it. Flaherty and more guys are getting tossed. Chipper's gone, too. Coaches coming from everywhere to try to help this out.
Don't think they don't know that was a strike. And the umpire almost knows it too. That's why he's ready. He's got that short fuse because he knows he missed it too. So why he doesn't want to hear anything about it. And they know it, and they start hooking guys.
We will step aside as 3 Braves have been ejected in this quick exchange. It's 5-4 Red Sox.
Calm, and we'll go back to that pitch, that 0-2 pitch that was set up outside. He comes inside. That looks like a strike, strike 3. Next pitch, he throws a little breaking ball here that doesn't go down enough, and J.D. Drew hits this ball bullet off the wall, base hit, RBI. And you see Cox, he is not happy. Nobody's happy. The pitcher obviously was not happy. He throws him out first. Then he goes to Chipper Jones, and Chipper's not real thrilled either. And he's going to hook him too. See ya. About the only guy that doesn't get hooked is Bobby Cox, who gets hooked just to stay in shape. I mean, they are upset because they know that pitch was a strike, and I think the umpire knows it was a strike, and he doesn't want to hear about it. Did Bobby Cox not get?
No, he did.
Oh, because he always gets.
No, they're all gone.
He leads the world in getting kicked out, Bobby Cox.
All 3. He was second on the list.
He was second. Okay, and then Chipper was third.
Chipper was last of the party.
And then Chipper smashed into Bobby, and Bobby smashed into the umpire almost.
Well, here are the changes. You see Prado at third base. Kelly Johnson comes into the game at second. Peter Moylan comes into the game to pitch. Drew at first and 1 out. Youkilis takes a breaking ball for strike 1. Peter Moylan's second appearance of the series, pitched in game 1. 36th appearance with a 4.91 earned run average. Outside of third and foul, 0-2.
The difference that one pitch could make, it's so clear, especially when the next pitch changes the game. It's just, it's hard as a pitcher, as a player. You know, you just tied that game up 4-4, and you can't help but react to that, right? I mean, what are you supposed to do? Not say anything, just, you know, just sort of, okay, that's the way the game goes.
Especially as a pitcher, when you know you're coming out of the game anyway, you're probably going to.
Yeah, true. When you're on your way out,
yeah, I'm leaving.
I might as well get the hook.
Outside frame by Ross.
This Moylan, he is so tough on right-handed hitters. You see how he drops down there. Got a vicious breaking ball.
There goes Drew at first. Youkilis takes a ball, no throw. Drew steals second base.
You know, when you get kicked out in the middle of a game like that, I'm going back to that pitch again. I've been kicked out after I've walked across the line saying, that was your 2 runs. And I tell the umpire, then he kicked me out saying, what'd you do to me? It's the same thing. You're leaving the field. You might as well take a shot at him before you leave. And it's so easy to do.
Outside ball 3, full count. At second, J.D. Drew, the responsibility of Eric O'Flaherty. As Peter Moylan faces Youkilis here with 1 out. To shortstop, Escobar looked towards third but fires to first for the out. And taking third is Drew with now 2 down in the inning. There's further action. Mike Gonzalez, told you before, sometimes works in the 8th, sometimes works in the 9th. Just sort of depends where the matchups are.
Exactly. The lineup goes left. They use him. So there's no, privilege to be the closer on this team. Nobody really has that job.
Bobby Cox generally uses him, Mike Gonzalez, or Soriano, we saw the other night as well. One or the other, either in the 8th and 9th. There's 2 down in the inning. Jason Bay. And it's ball 1 outside.
No, not so quick.
Oh, I jumped the gun. 0-1.
He'll do it to you, though.
Bill Hunt's killing me.
Doesn't he?
He's killing me. He's got a little bit of Tim McClellan in him.
Yes, he does. You just have to wait 1 fraction of a second.
I don't have that kind of time. All right, now what do we do? It's a ball. 1-1.
Big sweeping breaking ball. It's hard for a right-hander to lay off of that. Well, you don't want to swing at it until you have to, really, with 2 strikes.
Well, that is nasty,
isn't it? You don't know quite how to. It's hard to judge the speed and how much it's going to break all the way across. It almost stops. That is unhittable, that pitch to a right-hand hitter.
He gets a piece, fouls it off. 1-2. Two outs. J.D. Drew at third base. Red Sox trying to push across an insurance run. They lead it here 5-4 after the Atlanta Braves had tied this game 4-4 in the top half of this inning. Not close, and it's 2-2. Ortiz waits on deck. Ortiz has had 2 hits today, including a 2-run home run. Strike 3 call. They knew it, and the Red Sox leave Drew at third. They get a run, take a 5-4 lead. Brought to you by Comcast. David Ortiz as part of a 3-run first inning. It's a 2-run home run. Ortiz, his 6th home run of the year. Red Sox led it 3-2. Kevin Youkilis with the game tied 4-4. The diving play at third base to get a force out and keep this game tied and give the Red Sox a chance to go on top in the bottom half of the inning, and they do. J.D. Drew comes through with an RBI single off the wall in left field. And the Red Sox go ahead 5-4 as we head into the 8th inning. So Wakefield getting a no decision today. And for J.D. Drew, he picks up his 32nd RBI of the year. The new Red Sox pitcher is Hideki Okajima, his 31st appearance of the year. Record of 3-0 out of the pen, 2.40 earned run average. And the opponent's only hitting at 173 against Okajima. Kelly Johnson is the hitter. He came in after all the ejections for the Atlanta Braves, arguing balls and strikes. And he takes over at second base, bats in the spot of Chipper Jones, who was ejected.
Costly for them right away. Chipper Jones at bat, coming right now.
Chipper Jones had been 0 for 3 today.
Looks like the Red Sox will try to piece this game together if they have to. They may stay with Okajima to finish this inning. Maybe not. If he gets in trouble, they'll go to Del Carmen. May even go to Papelbon for more than 3 outs today.
They go tomorrow off. You got more than tomorrow off.
Yeah, I got a lot off. It's a beautiful thing. Life goes on.
Dave Roberts will be joining us for this 3-city tour coming up.
Have a nice trip.
That's a lot. 2-1 is a high fly ball to left field. See if the wind can play with this. Bay back at the wall, and it's off the wall. Running it down is Bay. It's a double for Kelly Johnson, who stands at second base to begin things in the 8th.
You know, you got Jason Bay going all the way back to the wall. That means to tell me that ball's coming down hard. I mean, real hard. It came down just barely, just, you know, touched the left field wall here. It's coming down. That's why the bounce was so high off this wall. This just scrapes the wall, I think. Look at this thing coming straight down. Maybe not, but the kick got away from him. I think he almost had a chance to go for 3 right there, but the wind is playing havoc on every ball. You don't know if it's going to take it. It almost takes some of them, knocks them down halfway through. Surprised we haven't seen anybody drop something.
Johnson at second base with a double to begin things here in the 8th. Brian Mccann, a double back in the first inning. He's 1 for 3. Ground ball foul. Red Sox love to have gotten another run out of that bottom of the 7th inning, but they left J.D. Drew at third base as Jason Bay struck out looking. Peter Moylan did an outstanding job. He ground out and strike out 2 batters he faced.
Sometimes I think left-handers have a better look at Okajima than right-handers. He's got more weapons to a right-hander because he throws right over the top, so they're not giving in. You know, they're not pulling out their front shoulder off of him. You see the way they take pitches, like they see it so well, left-handers.
Falls behind 2-1. There are the splits.
Hasn't been the case this year, where you see with the 120.
And batting with Johnson at second base. Nobody out here in the 8th. High fly ball to center field. Ellsbury going back. Wind will knock it down. Makes the catch. Tagging is Johnson heading for third base. Throw is not going to be there in time. Did he leave early? Red Sox want to check. And we'll see. No, he is at third base with 1 out.
Once in a blue moon, they call that. You can't even tell how good that Mccann really hit this ball. There might have been balls hit so good today, we'll never know. But Ellsbury has a tough time from that deep of an outfield position to throw out. Kelly Johnson try to tag up from second anyway.
So the tying run 90 feet away. Red Sox bring the infield in. And Garrett Anderson is the batter. He's fly to right, grounded out to second base, and single to right. Johnson at third base with one out. He doubled to get this 8th inning started. Down the left field line is going to be tough. Jason Bay on the run. It is going to fall foul. Wow.
Well, you know you're living right when the ball's hit down that line again. That doesn't stay fair. There's no room at all. What, a couple feet? Look at this foul ball. That was trouble.
This has been the story today at Fenway Park.
Got a lot of ways here to go with Anderson. 0-2 pitch. You know Okajima could waste 3 pitches just to stay in shape and go full. You can play with him here.
Outside, ball 1.
He had to be sitting a foot outside when he hit that glove. Fans think that ball was close. It wasn't even close. This ball is 10 inches outside. You'll see where it hits the glove, though, didn't he? Split him. He's in the other batter's box.
To right field and a base hit. Game tied as Johnson scores from third base. Garrett Anderson with a big RBI single, and the Braves tie it up 5-5.
He tries to get Anderson out with a little split finger here. Good hitter, stays back on a 1-2 pitch. You see that little split finger that he has patented. Ball didn't go down enough, but still good piece of hitting. Flips this ball into right field. You see the split on his fingers. Ball down middle. Off balance, flips the ball to right field. This game's tied.
So 1 out, Garrett Anderson at first base, and Casey Kochman the batter. Kochman 0 for 3. Fly to right, lined out to third, flied out to center. Popped up left side. Youkilis for out number 2. For every Red Sox game that goes into extra innings or the Sox earn a save, CVS Pharmacy will donate $500 to Children's Hospital Boston. CVS Pharmacy is the official pharmacy of the Boston Red Sox. The Braves have tied things up here 5-5 as they bat in the top half of the 8th. Garrett Anderson at first base with 2 down for Martin Prado. Prado doubled in the second inning, struck out in the 4th, and singled in the 7th. Strike evens the count at 1-1. Braves are out hitting the Red Sox today, 12-9. On the ground up the middle and by the dive of Green. Garrett Anderson will stop at second base. It's a single for Prado, and it's first and second for Atlanta with 2 outs.
Once again, a good piece of hitting. Curveball down, you know, up the middle. Looks like it's a playable ground ball just out of the reach of Nick Green. Not a bad pitch. Good piece of hitting up the middle.
John Farrell will make a visit to the mound to talk to Okajima. He's given up the game-tying run in this inning on 3 hits. Earlier this inning, off to the left, the catch of the day was D'Angelo's Lobster Nation catch of the day. Find your best catch of the day at D'Angelo. Their famous lobster lineup is back and loaded with 100% real lobster. Try the lobster roll, the baked stuffed lobster, or the lobster sandwich. Come on, you deserve D'Angelo. 2 outs here in the 8th inning. Runners at first and second, and David Ross coming up. Going to have a pinch runner here now for the Braves. Matt Diaz for Garrett Anderson.
Garrett Anderson had a nice series. If you think about the first game, getting 4 RBIs, and then this key RBI in this game.
So Diaz at second base, Prado at first base, 2 down. David Ross, the batter. He takes ball 1. In the bottom of the 8th, Red Sox will have David Ortiz, Mark Kotze, and Jacoby Ellsbury come to bat. Nakajima trying to keep this a 5-5 game right now. To left center field. Ellsbury is there to make the catch. It ends the inning. The Braves get the game tying run. 7.5 done, 5-5 from Fenway. Section 12 of Israel Deaconess Medical Center is the official hospital of the Boston Red Sox. Visit them at bidmc.org. 5-5 game here at Fenway Park into the bottom of the 8th inning. A pinch runner in the bottom of the inning. Matt Diaz was that runner. He takes over in left field after he pinch ran for Garrett Anderson. And the new pitcher is Mike Gonzalez. As he comes into a tie game, 5-5 in the 8th. He is 8 out of 11 in save opportunities, but again, the Braves will do this. They'll bring him on in the 8th sometimes, and here he is. 34th appearance of the year. David Ortiz to lead it off for Boston here in the bottom of the 8th.
Gonzalez, a big strikeout pitcher. Features 95. Not afraid to use it.
Ortiz with a 2-run home run in the first inning. Singled in the 4th, struck out in the 5th. Ortiz down the left field line, wind will push it foul.
Winds that change directions all day long.
1-1 to Big Papi. Fouls it off. 96 on the fastball from Gonzalez. Ready with the 1-2. Ortiz strikes out. One down in the bottom of the 8th.
Tough at bat for Ortiz right there. You got to take your hat off to Gonzalez. You know, featuring 3 good fastballs, and all of a sudden twists his wrist a little bit. Ball down and away. No chance for Big Papi. Pretty tough after getting geared up for that 95. It's a good time to bring in Gonzalez this inning, you know, with Ortiz, Kotze, Ellsbury, left-handed hitters. That's pretty much what Bobby Cox does.
He decides where the matchups are and then chooses between Soriano and Gonzalez. As Kotze, did he go? No. Ray Darling, third base umpire, says he didn't offer.
Well, not such a bad idea to do that. You know, if you have the type of pitchers that they do, they have a couple of right-handers out there that are so tough on right-handed hitters. I mean, why force your closer to pitch the right-handed hitter sometimes?
Kotze with 2 hits today. To left field, Diaz coming in and hangs up long enough, and he makes the catch for out number 2. So Kotze lining out to left, 2 outs here in the 8th. Jacoby Ellsbury coming up. Ellsbury is flat out to center, single to right, and struck out looking. Take strike 1 over the outside corner. Draw the attention of both the first and third baseman charging.
Very unorthodox delivery, wouldn't you say, to say the least, how he starts it. Grinding it.
Just pump it in there, 0-2.
Got a good arm. Saw 2 paintballs to get to 0-2.
9 pitches, 7 strikes. To third base, Prado. Red Sox down in order in the 8th. We head to the 9th, tied 5-5. Olympia Sports, the official sporting goods retailer of the New England Sports Network. Toyota's official website for deals by Toyota.com and by Southwest Airlines. On this main day from Fenway Park, the Red Sox and Atlanta Braves play to the 9th inning in a 5-5 ball game. And the Red Sox bring on their closer in this tie game for the top half of the 9th inning, Jonathan Papelbon. His 29th appearance of the year, a 1.86 earned run average, 16 out of 17 save opportunities, 225 opponent batting average. And on here in this tie game in the 9th inning, Red Sox had a 4-2 lead at one point.
You got to get him in this game any way you look at it. He got an off day tomorrow. He hasn't pitched. This is his 4th day. I wonder if they'd let him go 2 innings.
Well, J.D. Drew put the Red Sox on top 5-4 with this RBI single off the base of the wall. The Braves would tie it up the very next inning in the top half of the 8th inning. Infield in, and Garrett Anderson with an RBI single to right that ties it up 5-5. J.D. Drew and the Red Sox trying to keep it 5-5 here as the Braves bat in the 9th. Gregor Blanco bats to lead it off in the 9th. Fouls it off to the left. Blanco has lined out, grounded into a double play, and singled to drive in a run. It's 0-2. Bruce Penn is busy. Jeff Bennett is up. Rafael Soriano. They have used O'Flaherty, Moylan, and Gonzalez. Relief of Jair Jurgens. Papelbon ahead 0-2. Close, but ball one, 1-2.
Nothing than fastballs today up to this point.
Runs one inside this time, 2-2.
He has a tendency when it's a one-run game or a tie game, you're not going to see a lot of off-speed stuff. I know we've seen some sliders in the past to right-handed hitters and an occasional split finger here and there, but for the most part he will, when it's a close ball game, just throw nothing but gas.
Right side, Pedroia. One down in the 9th. So one out, back up top for Nate McClouth. The leadoff hitter for the Atlanta Braves has 2 hits today, both singles to right field. And knocked in the game tying run in the 7th inning, which at the time tied the game 4-4. It's now 5-5 with 1 out in the 9th.
Got a changeup from Ramirez. Lined it to right field, which was a big hit at the time.
First at bat for Nate McClouth against Jonathan Papelbon in his career. And he takes ball one.
Papelbon a little rusty this game so far. All fastballs, but he's misfired a couple times, including that one there.
Two and 0.
Gives him something else to think about with the breaking ball. You never see really a slider down and in to a left-handed hitter. Very seldom.
Strike two. Strike one, rather. 2-1. On deck is Yunel Escobar. Braves batting here in the top half of the ninth. Bond wanted it, doesn't get it. 3-1.
This ball on the lower side of the strike zone. I think Amica pitch zone will pick this up. It'll be a strike on their zone.
Strike and a full count. Five game, 3-2 the count, 1 out. McLeod fouls it straight back. 95 on the fastball from Papelbon.
You've got to be impressed with watching McLeod in this series, and then you see this at bat 3-2 pitch. Pretty good piece of hitting there. Good swing. Ball's out of the zone a little bit. But 2 hits today. Hit a home run, a first pitch off of Daisuke that one game, and then off Wakefield today. Hit a ball to the track. He kind of crushed, I thought. Any other day would have been a home run. But 2 hits on the day, last one being a big one off of Ramirez.
Clough gets jammed and fouls it off. Play for him to pull, moving Ellsbury a step or two towards right center. 1 out, a full count to McLeod. Yunel Escobar waits on deck. Ball 4, he walks in. So McLeod heads down to first base, a 1-out walk. That is just the first walk given up by Red Sox pitching all day. It comes here in the ninth.
Josh Beckett last night didn't walk a hitter, so it's been quite some time since the Red Sox have walked a player.
1 out, 1 on. Yunel Escobar has been on base 3 times today, 2 hits. Also reached on a fielder's choice. He's grounded out. There goes the runner at first as Escobar fouls it off. Clough had a pretty good jump, but heads back to first on the foul ball.
If they're going to make it, they're going to run. This is the guy that's going to run. And he doesn't waste any time. First, didn't get that good a jump, but he didn't waste any time. I guess it was a hit and run. But he hasn't been thrown out this year, and overall, career-wise, has only been thrown out. He's got the best percentage going, I think, among base stealers for a career.
He's only been thrown out 5 times in 71 tries.
And 4 of those have been pickoffs.
It's unbelievable.
Isn't it? Quite a player. Didn't realize he had the kind of power that he does. He doesn't look like he'd have that kind of power. But you see right there, 4 out of the 5 being picked off, not thrown out.
Lined into left field, a base hit just out of the reach of Nick Green. And McLeod will take second base. 2 on, 1 out.
This ball is smoked by Escobar. Looking fastball, gets it, hits it on a line just out of the reach of Nick Green.
So a 3-hit day for Yunel Escobar. 2 on, 1 out. And Kelly Johnson, the batter, he came into the game after Chipper Jones was ejected, arguing balls and strikes. Johnson batted in the 8th and doubled. Came around to score the game tying run. Take strike one from Papelbon.
Papelbon a little off with his control tonight or today. See the fastball he's trying to get in there. He threw right down the middle.
Papelbon has thrown 17 pitches since coming in. There's one out, runners at first and second, working the 9th in a tie game.
Something he did a lot there for a while. Remember, he could never go out there and just have 4 or 5, maybe less than 10 pitches on an appearance.
Ground ball right side. Kotze will go to second for one. Return throw to first is not in time. And taking third base is Nate McLouth. As Johnson got down the line, they get the runner at second and Escobar, and there's 2 outs.
I'm surprised this play was even close. It's a hard double play to turn. You see Kotze gets it. It took him a while to even get that. A couple of hops. The throw to Nick Green. He's got some gas on that arm, but for the pitcher to go over there and cover, you don't see that double play. See him lunging to get to that ball. The throws off a little bit, but you never really see that double play where the pitcher's covering. They turn it very often.
John Farrell out there to talk to Papelbon with 2 outs, first and third for Atlanta. And Brian McCann coming up.
Make sure they're on the same page about trying to get McCann out. Really one of the toughest hitters in this lineup.
So the go-ahead run 90 feet away for the Braves here in the top half of the 9th inning. First and third, 2 down. Ball one outside. 3 at bats for McCann against Papelbon in his career. Does not have a hit. And it took game 1 of this series, lost last night, and trying to grab a lead here in the top half of the 9th of game 3. Two and 0. Red Sox in the bottom of the 9th will have Nick Green, George Kataris, Dustin Pedroia scheduled to bat. Three and 0.
Very, very careful with McCann. Start him off with a split finger out of the zone, and then 2 fastballs. I don't think he really cares if he loses him.
15 3-0 pitches on the year. McCann has never swung at a 3-0, but does here, and pops it up in foul ground. Kataris coming back. Wind's going to blow it away and out of his reach. It started as a playable ball, but the wind just pushed it. McCann had not swung 3-0 all season. He does there and fouls it off.
I don't think you want this guy to beat you. I mean, of all the guys in this lineup, this is the toughest out. And he's hacking 3-0. Not a bad idea. Ball was up a little bit. Game slows down to a crawl when Papelbon gets in there, doesn't it?
It does. His 3-1 pitch to McCann. Ball 4, he walks him to load the bases.
It's not a bad idea right there. Either it's going to be paint or it's going to be inside. You don't want to make a mistake.
And here comes Matt Diaz with the bases loaded and 2 down.
Some of these appearances Papelbon has had this year where he goes out there and throws like 30, 35 pitches, and it's like he needs a couple days off.
Not bad numbers for Diaz against Papelbon, 2 for 3. And Papelbon about to throw his 24th pitch of this inning. Strike 1 to Diaz. Diaz has been pretty good with the bases loaded and 3 for 4 this year in that category. As he bats with McLeod at third base, Johnson at second base, and Mccann at first. Popped up, foul ground, and it'll land on the Red Sox dugout. Kotze went as hard as he could.
The ball didn't stay in the air long enough for him to get underneath it, just into the dugout. Kotze gives it a big effort, not even close.
Papelbon ahead 0-2. Bases loaded for the Braves. 2 outs, top of the 9th. Diaz gets a piece to stay alive.
Amazing how he even got the bat on this ball. Ball just ate him up inside. See, this ball just chases him up inside. Runs a little bit. Barely gets the bat to the ball.
Bases filled with Braves. 2 outs, 9th inning, 5-5 game. Ball 1.
Well, look good 0-2 here. This ball probably is down the way, but it sure does look good when it crosses the plate. Just missed.
Diaz strikes out, they elevate, he chases, and the Braves leave him loaded in the top of the 9th. We head to the bottom of the 9th, tied 5-5. 5-5 ball game. Diaz strikes out with the bases loaded for the Braves. And for Papelbon, they elevate and they finally get Diaz. A close pitch to pitch before it.
This pitch is not even close up out of the zone, but I think Papelbon's mad at the pitch before. You never see him take his hat off like that and walk off the field, but looking back at the umpire says, that ball outside? I'm real happy with the umpire. You don't see that very often.
This was the pitch that he was upset about. And as we said, it was very close at the time.
It really was. I mean, it could go either way, but there's no time after you punch somebody out to get upset with the umpire. I think he was upset the fact that he'd had problems, you know, the whole inning, getting the bases loaded. A little frustrated.
Nick Green leads it off. Down the right field line. Blanco to the corner. The wind will blow it. It's going to wrap around the pole. It's gone, and the Red Sox win. The wind has been a factor all day, and that one blows right out of the yard. Red Sox walk off with the win, and it's Nick Green who gets it done.
You got to be kidding me, this ball